getting wealthy is not that hard, but you need to sacrifice. First, I want to preface this by saying, yes, I do have a course available. It's only $1,997. I'll give it to you for $1,699 if you use my code Scott, because you're watching this podcast. So I really believe my wife and I have found success. I don't want to talk about how much we're worth because I think it's a little tacky and cliche, but we've done very well for ourselves. We've made a decent amount of money, but not like crazy money. I mean, we live in Ohio, so we live in a cheap area. We have jobs. We're not getting paid like California tech jobs money, but we make decent money. We're just very good with our money. And I want to tell you how we've done so well. We've done well, and I think that what we've done can be repeated. And I just want to show people what we've done because we've been able to, our net worth is in the hundreds of thousands. I'm not going to put a number on it, but we've done very well. We're 29 years old, and we've pretty much done everything right. And I just want to show you that you can do things right. Everybody's got the quick ways to do it. Take out this loan, take out that loan, whatever. Do it that way if you want. I'm just going to show you my more conservative way because that's just how I am with money. The first thing is live beneath your means. Obviously, we talked about that a little bit earlier in the podcast, which is why I wanted to bring this entire topic up. Start with a budget and then learn to live beneath that. A budget is one of the most crucial things, probably the most important wealth building tool that you could ever possibly implement. That's what I'm saying. It's not that hard. None of this stuff is hard. Just budget. See how much everything costs. See how much car costs for the entire year, then divide it by 12 months, and that's your monthly cost of that, monthly recurring cost of that. That's how we do it, especially like with clothes and fitness and stuff like that. Is we have, you got to buy new shoes. You got to buy new running shoes because you run. So figure how much that costs in a year. We have it at, I think $400 is all of our clothes and fitness budget is what we call it. And we just divide it by $12 or 12 months. So we have I think it's $33 or something like that per month that we get added into this pot that we can then use when we have enough money to buy the thing that we need, so on and so forth. So you start with a budget and then learn to live beneath that. So your budget is X amount of dollars and then try to live for X amount of dollars minus 1,000 or minus 500 or minus 400, minus 200, whatever it is, just minus a little bit. Because we're going to take that extra money that we're living beneath our means with, and we are going to start to pay off debt, which is a lot easier if you are living beneath your means and you are not living paycheck to paycheck. Paying off debt is, I think, a very important tool. I know a lot of people are very pro debt, and I'm not going to argue with you, but paying off debt has really helped my wife and I. Our net worth really exploded the day that we didn't have a car payment anymore or a student loan payment or anything. We were able to invest significantly more money. I think we were paying off the car in these $1,000 chunks. The payment was only $300 or $400 a month or something, but I was doing $1,000 a month because I wanted to pay it off quicker. And then we just did a lump sum payment one day, and then the $1,000 was just able to get invested. Same thing with the student loans. It was like $300 a month, and then that $300 was able to get invested. So that's $1,300 extra bucks just getting invested, growing, doubling. So every 7 years, theoretically, the amount that you put in should double. So that's how I always look at it, is in 49 years, it doubles 7 times. So, the numbers can get really crazy really fast. So that's the second thing. The next thing is to figure out what you want in your life. Now that you have no debt and you're starting to invest money, you need to figure out what your life is. What do you want in life? Do you want to continue your job for the next 40 years? Does your job really bring you a lot of fulfillment? Do you want to not work another day in your life? What do you want? And then start to plan your life around that. So you have to figure out what your biggest expenses are. My wife and I have talked about this a lot. Like, we go back and forth. Sometimes we want to sell our house and move on to just land and then build a little tiny home, and then she doesn't have to work and we have all this extra money and blah, 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 blah. So we've talked about a lot of this stuff, but you have to analyze what your largest expenses are. If you wanted to do something like where you don't want to work another day in your life, you have to analyze what your largest expenses are and then figure out a way to get rid of them. So for most people, the largest expense is always going to be their home. And so you have to figure out a way to get rid of that. Is it just paying it off? That's a great way to do it. Is it moving into something a lot cheaper? Is it moving into a van? Whatever it is, you just have to figure out a way to do it. Next, stop buying dumbass things. This should probably go up a little bit higher on the list, but just please stop buying stupid stuff to impress people. Stop buying dumb cars and dumb this. I mean, the money that people will spend on cars that they just don't need it blows my mind, because it's like, just invest that money instead. If you invest that money, you spent $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $10,000 in a stupid car. You have this payment that's $600 a month. It's stupid. Just invest that money instead. Don't buy that stupid thing. Stop buying stupid things. It's not that hard to not buy stupid things. That's the thing. I've never bought stupid things. Like, just don't do it. Just look at the car and go, look at the thing you're about to buy and be like, would Scott think this is stupid? And the answer is probably yes. So just don't buy it, because it's stupid and it's junk and it's plastic and you're throw it out anyways. Don't buy it. Stop buying stupid things. Next is invest in stocks that follow the market. Now, I need to preface this. This is not financial advice. I don't know anything about anything. But these are some of the stocks that I personally invest in. Stocks that follow the market, such as FSKAX, which is Fidelity's like money market. They buy a bunch of shares. It's a mutual fund. They buy a bunch of shares of the top performing companies, and then so your portfolio will follow the market. So FSKAX or QQQ. There are also a million other ones. Again, this is not financial advice. Do not buy these stocks. I have no idea what I'm talking about, but it is just, those are the ones that I use, and I have found some success with them. You need to do your own research though, but those are just examples of stocks that follow the market. They're mutual funds that just follow the market. You can see their portfolio of what shares of what company they own. And so those are examples. Those are the ones that I actually own. We also do a little bit of investing into dividends. I don't know the name of that one, but we do some dividend investing stocks because those are going to be a lot less growth. It's only about 10% of our portfolio. But the reason we do that is just because if the market were to dip, and we're not like, we're young, so I'm willing to risk a market that might be a little bit more volatile. But it's nice to have a little bit more of a safety net, and having 10% in something or 15% in something that will pay dividends. That's not going to go up a ton, but it's not going to go down a ton. You're just going to make consistent revenue basically every single month. So that's another mutual fund, that's a dividend mutual fund. All right. The next thing is never touch that money. If you put money into an investment account, that money can never be touched. That money is not meant to be used for anything other than you living on a yacht in 30 years when the money is doubled enough times. Please just don't touch the money. I know you can look at your portfolio and you can see, oh, it's up this much money or it's up that much money, or maybe I could do some type of, let me do like a short call or some type of options. Don't do that. Stop. Don't leverage. Don't do anything stupid. Just buy the stock and hold on to it and check it once a month. Do your net worth calculation and then you're good. Next is do a net worth calculation. This has been one of the most fun things for my wife and I to do ever since we have no debt. It's so cool. I mean, we still have home debt, but we have no like other debt than that. It's so cool to see the value of everything just go up and up and up and up, except for the cars. Those go down and down and down, which you would not be too surprised by. But we do a net worth, basically all of our investment accounts, what our home's worth. I do what our cars are worth because I like to see just how much it's going down, and you just add that all up and that's how much you're worth. And that number can be really big or really small depending on how well you've done, but it's really cool to see how much money you've been able to accumulate basically. And I think that's been something that my wife and we can look at that and go, oh, what we're doing is right. Sometimes it might suck not doing this or not doing that or not buying this or not buying that because everybody else is doing that. And then you see the numbers and go, okay, well actually what we're doing is right. Everything we're doing sort of working out in a really positive way. So I'm a big fan of doing a net worth calculation. Next is donate your money quietly. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Donating money is a very, very wonderful thing that I've never done once in my life, but I would suggest you do it and don't tell anybody about it. Don't mention it to anybody you ever meet, but donate money. And because you will get to a point where $20,000 doesn't mean that much to you, but $20,000 could mean everything to a charity, or could mean everything to a family of 4 or 10 families of 4 that need the money. So donate quietly. Don't let anybody know about it. Not that I've ever donated, but I think that's a good thing to do. And finally, it's a weird thing to talk about because I kind of almost don't want to bring it up, but I have to. So just donate money. It's good. It's the right thing to do, and you know it is. And then finally, realize that money doesn't matter, but the people that you spend time with along the way. I've mentioned this before, but you take away everything that I have, and as long as I have my team, which is what I call them, my wife and my 2 kids, I'll be fine. The sun will come up tomorrow, and I'm not too worried about it. So just at the end of the day, money matters to a point. I do know it matters. Getting good at it and getting wealthy is not that hard. Just learn to sacrifice, put your head down and work. You're at your job, just get better at your job, get a new job that pays more, and just continually advance in your career, putting money away, living beneath your means. You'll be fine. It's really not that hard.